Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial. This is going to be more of a chit chat, get ready with me. It is going to be extremely laid back. So what I want you guys to do is get your makeup brushes, get a glass of wine, get some popcorn. Let's get ready together. If you guys have noticed, I am changing my filming setup again because I am never 100% satisfied. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys like the lighting a little bit better in this video. I have 6 lights on me now in my filming studio. So if you guys like the lighting, just let me know. But before we get into this video, if you guys are new to my channel or if you guys have not hit the subscribe button, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. I'm going to wait while you press it. You still haven't pressed it? I mean, just click the red button, join the family, and give the video a thumbs up. I would much appreciate it. And let's get into chatting and doing my makeup. So at the moment, I do not have a primer that I'm obsessed with. I did use all of the all-nighter one from Urban Decay, and I was using that religiously every single day. But I just have the Aqua Mist primer from e.l.f. at home, but I also have the Benefit Professional, which I am going to use. I haven't used Professional in a couple of years, but I had it lying around, so I'm like, you know what? We need a primer, so let's, try it out and see if it works good. Now taking my favorite foundation, which is the L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Up to 24-Hour Wear. I am in the shade 420. And what I like to do, because this is a very liquidy foundation, but it also is extremely full coverage, let me just tell you. I take about 2 pumps just right there on the back of my hand, and I start with that. And what I do is take my Morphe sponge, and I really just get like a nice even coat. Then I will just start where I want the most coverage, which is on my cheeks. You guys notice I have some rosacea and like redness in my cheeks, so that's really where I need most of my coverage. And with just that little bit, do you guys see how much of it was covered? Like, I am gonna go over a second layer because I don't like how my redness is kind of peeking through a little bit. I wait till the foundation dries down just a little bit so it really does build on top of what is already down. So there are a couple things I actually did want to touch on in this video. I kind of wanted to talk about what it's like being a small YouTuber, trying to, make your way through hundreds and thousands of people on the internet. And I'm honestly not new to this. Like, I have been doing YouTube for years. Like, I think I probably started my channel back in 2000, I don't know, I think 14 or 15 is when I started like making videos. And honestly, like, they weren't really good quality. They weren't really anything to write home about, but I did start making content. I'm going to take the CoverGirl. This is the True Blend Undercover Concealer. I love this. I think someone said that Jaclyn Hill was talking about it in her video. And guys, I have been talking about this concealer for literally months now. I said it is just like the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and it's like a third of the price. It's so full coverage, and like, oh, it really does remind me of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And I think it's a really good dupe, especially for it being so affordable, like drugstore. I didn't really start taking YouTube seriously till around like 2016 or 17. And honestly, I just feel like that was around the time that everybody started doing YouTube. Just to get your videos seen in the beauty community is extremely, extremely difficult. I've noticed this really recently, actually, as of probably the last year or so. My beauty videos flop so much. Like, I don't even think my normal subscribers even see those videos. Like, I noticed that my trans videos honestly do the best on my channel. They get the most amount of views. They get the most amount of, interaction with you guys and potentially new subscribers. My only issue is I feel like I am more than just a trans woman. And yes, that is definitely something that differentiates me here on YouTube. But I also really do love makeup, and that is the reason that I started my channel. I just feel like lately it's just been very discouraging, and I was posting like a lot. Like, I was posting 3 times a week before, everything happened. And I'm not gonna lie, like it was really discouraging to like upload a video that you work really hard on, or you know, you spend a lot of money on these products and stuff, because yes, there are some PR teams that I am on and there are some that are not. Like I'm not gonna lie, in the last like week or so, I bought the new Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, and today I just bought the new Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette. I also just want to make it known that I am not complaining in any way, shape, or form. I know that YouTube is a hobby for most, but I'm just saying for us smaller creators out there who work just as hard as those bigger influencers, maybe even harder, editing our own videos, filming, setting up, taking down, purchasing all of our makeup. We're working extremely hard, and to have our, you know, content really not noticed, kind of in the sea of, you know, YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that, it's discouraging. I'm going to be taking the Hoola Bronzer by Benefits. I actually really was going to use my True Match Lumi, but I'm noticing that the True Match Lumi bronzer is just a little bit too orange for me. I think it's a little bit too dark, and I've kind of just been, you know, making it work, but I think I'll just go back to my Hoola bronzer just to give me, you know, some slight like sun-kissed skin. So honestly, like I just feel discouraged. I have always really loved YouTube and have always really wanted to make it a career, and I guess my fear is that it's not going to happen, you know, no matter how many products I buy, no matter how frequent I upload on my channel. I just feel like if I'm not really, you know, talking about my transition or having like very clickbaity, you know, thumbnails or very clickbaity titles, you know, then you aren't really gonna get the reaction that you're looking for. I really honestly just miss the days of YouTube where you honestly were here for makeup, and it was about makeup tutorials, and it was about swaps, and it was about not who had the most clickbaity, you know, titles, but who you learned the most from. And I think that's why Jaclyn did so well on YouTube in the beginning, because she was the first one to really teach and actually teach to understand like makeup. And that is why I fell in love with her, and that's why I fell in love with YouTube. I have fallen in love with more than just the makeup aspect of filming. Like I have fallen in love with the whole production part of it. Sitting here and like filming this video for you guys is honestly amazing. Like I love sitting here and talking to you guys and doing my makeup, but the other really exciting part for me is like editing and, you know, seeing how well the camera quality, you know, how I've switched the settings on my camera. I've learned so much about camera settings, and I've learned so much about cameras in general, just to make sure that my content is as good as it can possibly be. Would I love if beauty videos and, you know, beauty creators started to, you know, come up again, but it's a very, very, very saturated environment, and I do know that. I just wish that YouTube, you know, helped content creators, you know, instead of worrying about how to make money. And I think that that's really the direction where everyone is going, like Instagram, YouTube. I mean, it's all a business, and when you look at it, you have to kind of be a little bit business savvy, and I think that's where I've lacked a little bit. I really don't want this video to come across as bitchy or naggy, but I really do think that a lot of my smaller creators do understand where I'm coming from when I'm talking about, you know, YouTube in general as a whole and social media. Back to the makeup for a quick second. We are going to still, again, be using the new Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. We are going to stick with the neutral shades this time. We went a little bit crazy in the last video, and I really want to kind of stick with the neutral shades. So I am first going to go in with the shade Comfort Zone. That is this shade at the top of the palette. I'm going to be using it on a Morphe M504. Use code I don't have one to save no money at checkout. So I really do understand that YouTube is a business, and I know that they want to make money, and they really want to, you know, help the influencers that are making them that money. I've honestly always wanted to do YouTube as a career, and never because I would see, you know, these people making millions of dollars. That's not why I want to do this. Like, I love the interaction I get with you guys. I really love makeup. I love, you know, teaching you guys what I know. I never, ever, ever saw myself in a normal 9-to-5 career. That was just never what I had in store for myself. I just feel like my personality is just a little bit too big for an office space. For some reason, YouTube just does not want my videos to, you know, get past, you know, 500, 600 people. Even though my videos before used to get thousands and thousands of views, now all of a sudden it's being cut down to like 500 people. I actually really do like this palette. I think the shadow quality is just as good, if not better, than the first one. Even though she said it's the same formula, I am honestly like amazed. I mean, the shadows do blend really, really nicely. I didn't really do much work to blend these shadows together. I'm just kind of lightly running it and it's blending. I also just feel like my mental health for the past year has been in the worst shape that it's ever been, and it's definitely getting better now. I am not in like constant states of anxiety anymore. I'm honestly, you know, doing really, really well. I do still deal with like some depression, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's like really hard to, you know, get out of bed or even like want to do anything. I've lately had to, you know, force myself to get on camera and film videos for you guys. But I know that if I don't, I'm gonna be even more depressed. I'm gonna be taking the shade Crazy, which is the shade next to the black on the bottom of the palette. And I'm gonna be using a very, very, very small brush. This is a Sigma E36. I actually do have a code for Sigma. It is just my name, Brandy, Brandy, and that will actually save you money. I just want to add just a little definition like at this lash line and in the outer corner. So I am just starting at the lash line where I want most of the pigment to be, and I'm really, really, really lightly touching my actual lid. So I am just grazing it across. I am just going to take a tiny bit of that Crazy shade and work it through the crease just on the outer corner for a little bit more definition and a little bit more smokiness. Okay guys, so we're going to take I think this is another pressed glitter shade. This is the shade GRWM, which is Get Ready With Me, which is funny because we are filming a Get Ready With Me. And I'm gonna take it on a Sigma E58. I am gonna spray my brush first. I did learn this from my last video. And I'm just gonna pick it up on this brush, which, oh my God. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is metallic. I am just going to apply this all over my lid. Do you guys see how pigmented this glitter is? Like, hello. What I did add was just a tiny, tiny bit of black just to give me a little bit more definition on this like outer corner and in the crease. So with that glitter shade, there is just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of fallout. So I am just gonna dust it away really quickly. One thing I do not recommend is if you are someone who is new into makeup or you've never worn false lashes before, don't do it because you will become so addicted that anytime you do a makeup look and you just have normal mascara on, I literally still think I look so naked, and I just feel like I need like a good pair of lashes to, you know, accentuate this makeup look. I think that my eyeshadow looks really good, and then just having like little to no lashes really just kills the whole vibe. Do you guys feel me, or is that maybe just me? I'm honestly going to be wearing a pair of cheap lashes. These were ones I found at the drugstore, and these are from Kiss. They are the style Teddy. I mean, they're pretty. I've been trying to, you know, try a little bit more of drugstore lashes lately because the Lily lashes are so expensive and I love them, but like mama does not continuously have $30 to, you know, keep repurchasing. But I am going to apply these off camera and then I'll be right back. Do you guys see what a difference these lashes make, especially from the drugstore? I personally prefer drugstore lashes over anything. I think lashes really honestly don't last that long, and I don't want to be spending an arm and a leg on them, especially because now drugstore lashes have gotten so much better and so much closer to high end. Like, these lashes look so good. So we're going to go ahead and finish this eye, and I'm going to be using the two brown shades that we used, which was Comfort Zone and I think Homebody. And I'm using it on this Morphe brush, and what I'm going to do is just lightly run this right under my actual lash line. I'm not going to get too crazy or too smoky. I want to keep it pretty light on the under part of our eye because I am not going anywhere crazy. This is just honestly a like dinner and we're going to go ice skating. So I don't really want to be all smoked out like I'm going to the club. That is why I decided to put a neutral eyeliner in my waterline just to keep everything a little bit more light. I'm going to be taking this Makeup Geek Spectrum eyeliner in the shade Nude, and I am just going to apply it right on my waterline. As you guys can see, this honestly overall just brightens my eye up entirely, and it doesn't look as smoky as it would have if we applied like either a black there or a darker color. So I am going to apply a highlighter that you guys have not seen me use yet. This is from Juvia's Place, and this is in the shade Cleo. I've had this highlighter for a while now, and I've actually been wearing it every single time I wear highlighter. It is extremely, extremely intense. So what I do most of the time is just take my brush and whatever happens to be in the cap is what I'll use. I'm using the Morphe M501 brush, and I just can't wait for you guys to see how crazy this is. Are you guys ready? Do you guys see that? Like, this highlighter is so intense. I mean, I got this at my local Ulta, and this is the first product I've ever purchased from Juvia's Place. But honestly, this highlighter really did impress me, and it's not like too glittery. It just honestly looks like my cheek is a little bit on the wet side, and it doesn't give me like a super white streak on the side of my face, which I really hate. If you guys have not picked it up, go to your local Ulta, pick it up. It is literally worth it. And I'm just going to take a little bit more blush. This is the Between the Sheets from ColourPop, and I am just going to go right over top of it. I feel like the fastest thing on me to fade first is blush. So I just go over my highlighter a little bit just to kind of dull it down because I don't want it to be too intense. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is the first makeup look I've actually been like obsessed with that I've done in a while. Like, okay. So we are going to be applying a lip. I'm not really big on like lipsticks and stuff like that. I really like glosses mostly, but for the sake of the video, we are going to apply a lipstick. I want you guys to know this has been my favorite lip combination whenever I do decide to put lipstick on, and it's in my little Michael Kors bag, which I keep in my purse, you know, just in case you ever need like a lip moment. So what I have been using is this CoverGirl Exhibitionist lip liner in the shade 205 Caramel Nude, and I will take the Anastasia lipstick in the shade Kiss. It's all very nude. And then I'll be taking the Anastasia lip gloss in the shade Amber. So all very nude. I'm not really one to step outside of my comfort zone in that department. And we're going to keep it that way this evening. So I'm not going to be able to talk during this part, so I am going to just line my lips. And you guys can listen to this elevator music. If you are wondering, I did get lip filler again. It was like an annual lip filler. I'm kind of obsessed with how they're looking, but now I'm going to take the Lipstick Kiss from Anastasia. The Caramel Nude lip liner is just a little too brown for me, so I like to just kind of pink it up just a little bit. This is a very like nude pink. And then I will go over it with an even nuder gloss. I like to do this just a little bit because I don't like the feeling of a matte lipstick. So what I do is I will take all the excess of this off because it is extremely pigmented. And what I'll do is dab it pretty much in the center of my lip. All I'll do is really just put it in the center of my lips just because I don't like the feeling of a matte lipstick. I keep it away from the corners of my mouth because then it gets a little bit gross, like your lips start sticking together and it's just nasty. But this is the final look. I was going to go do my hair and then come back and do an outro, but honestly, we're just going to keep it with the homeless hair and the beat face. Oh, before I forget, we are going to spray our face, and I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix to drown my sorrows. And that is it for this makeup tutorial slash get ready with me slash whatever the hell we decide to title this, because honestly it became a hot mess of nonsense. But I love you guys so much. Do not forget to subscribe if you guys have not already. I'm not going to keep saying it. I sound like a broken damn record, but you know what? Honestly, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And don't forget to check out my last video. That'll be linked right here. Stay on the channel, have a couple laughs, learn a couple makeup techniques. Hello. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye, guys.